What have you found most challenging?
Yeah, I suppose most challenging, we actually have 4 smaller farms that we've put together to try to make one bigger unit. So therefore we're actually constrained by a bit of terrain. We have some hill country, creeks and a major river as our boundary. So really none of our paddocks are not square paddocks as you can achieve in other parts of the country. So paddock size in general was our biggest concern, in getting the right area for the cows and for the right feed. So what we ended up doing is analysing which were our larger paddocks, which were our smaller paddocks, and on a 19-hour feed, which is the longest period of time, we had to go to a larger area paddock to try and target those. However, what we've also changed to now is milking at say 10 a.m. They'll go to a first smaller paddock and then maybe 4 p.m. shift them to another smaller paddock to give them the required area. So I guess we've had to manipulate paddock sizes around quite a bit. Another challenge was, I guess, milk calling within the vat. So if you get 2 long period milkings together, one on the end of each other, our vat capacity was full, and therefore that puts stress on milk calling and the vat itself starting to continue that. So we talked to Fonterra and we actually changed our pickup times. So now our pickup times are 1 large milking and 1 small milking, for example, and therefore the milk volumes are easier catered for within the vat system.
I suppose another thing is that it was too awkward to feed the calves twice a day, so they just simply went to a once a day system because we weren't going to be feeding them after the late milking. Tweaking the staff hours for the long day, so just making sure that we were actually getting a reduction in hours. So sometimes not only do we have a late start, so they don't start to 8 o'clock, but actually sometimes they don't start to 9 o'clock. And on the long days, they always have at least 2 hours break in the afternoon. And I suppose another thing was just the AI. So, and I'm sure everybody, as you say, it's been quite topical. So Darryl does our AI, but there would obviously be implications as far as technicians go. But even the fact that he does our own, it means he's in the shed that whole every other day during the middle of the day. And that's when he has a whole bunch of jobs like fruit spraying and chemical, so fruit spreading and spraying and mowing and all of those sort of day jobs. So it sort of feels like we get a little bit behind for 4 weeks through the mating period.
Yeah, and also I did AI after each milking because that was our primary focus to get more cows and calf anyway. So if I saw a cow and calf, I just did the job, just stay on top.
And that was easily manageable because you are DIY as well, isn't it?
That's right, yes.